It's Kayla with the Celebration Company. Happy Thursday. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm glad to see y'all. Today we're doing a thrift store makeover. So I got this item here yesterday at the thrift store. It's got this kind of embossed tin look about it. We're going to dress this up for Valentine's Day. This is probably going to be a two-part live. I'll probably finish the rest of it tomorrow. So we'll cover it today. And then tomorrow we're going to fill it. All right. So I think this is going to be really cute. We're just going to jazz it up for fall, or not for fall. I'm not ready for fall. We're going to jazz it up for Valentine's Day. And I think it's going to be really, really cute. All right. And then we'll fill it up tomorrow. We'll add some things in it. I think this could be a really cute door hanger. It could be really cute just hanging on the wall. Cute little metal piece. It's metal. And of course, it's got this embossed. It looks like literally almost the same pattern that the Dollar Tree faux ceiling tiles are. But this is metal. So super cute. So that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to be using our craft paper for this. And I've actually printed our craft paper on mulberry paper. The mulberry paper is also available on our website. Mulberry paper is similar to a rice paper or similar to tissue paper. It's more sturdy than tissue paper. But it has a fibrous like texture, almost like a homemade paper or a handmade paper. And I printed this beautiful floral. This is the same floral we used the other day, but I just love it so much. And so this is just the one that spoke to me for this project. So that's the one we're going to be using. All right. So when you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're watching. I hope y'all are having a great Thursday. I have been babysitting today. I've had my niece Palmer since, well, she just left about an hour ago. So I had her most of the day, and I had such a great time with her. She is such a sweet, sweet baby. So it was nice to be able to spend time with her today. Hi, Dorothy. Hello, Dale. Hey, Jamie. Hi, Patty. Hello, Carol. Hi, Bonnie. I'm so glad you could be here today, Bonnie. Hey, Teresa. You've been away for a while. I'm glad you're back, and I'm glad you love this month's project. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Jean. Hello, Angel. I love mulberry paper. Ooh, fun, Angel. Hi, Tammy. Hello, Kimberly. Hey, Teresa Smith. I am good. French bread pizza sounds good. Hey, Danae. Hi, Gloria. Hey, Heidi. Hey, Wanda. I think that we're going to have leftovers tonight for dinner. I do believe, because I have got quite a bit of leftovers in my fridge. So I think we'll have leftovers tonight. Hi, Jen. Hello, Kay. Good evening, y'all. Y'all, has it warmed up where you are today? The sun was only kind of out today, but it got up into the 60s today, and it felt really nice outside. And, but we have a meteorologist friend. Well, I don't know if he's technically a meteorologist. Maybe he does have a degree in that. But anyways, a friend that I knew from years ago. And anyways, he shares on Facebook meteorologist type stuff about the weather. And he said, basically, enjoy this calm because it's going to get a lot worse. And that makes me sad because I don't like the snow. Y'all know I don't like the snow. We've already had 4 snow days last year in December, and I'm not looking forward to having a bunch more. But anyways, all right, so let's work on our project, okay? Hi, Charlotte. Hey, Adriana. Thanks for celebrating. Who is that? Nancy. All right, so I've got my decoupage glue. I've got my paper. Now, this was printed on mulberry paper. I printed it legal instead of letter size, and I printed it fit to page. So it blew it up a little bit so that because the mulberry paper is about an inch longer than an 8.5 by 11. And so in order to get it to fill more of the page, I printed it that way. So I am going to trim it though, because there is still a little bit of white space. Wow, Teresa, that sounds wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. My mom is on her way to Florida. Lucky duck. All right, I'm going to trim off those white edges off of one side, or both of the shorter edges of this piece, because the long side doesn't have a white edge. And with this front part, I really don't need it. I do sell the mulberry paper. And this pattern that I'm using is from this month's craft paper design. Okay, so what I'm going to do is decoupage this onto the front. So let's get some decoupage glue on here. And this, of course, it's got this, you know, raised texture, and I think we're going to bring that out once we get our paper decoupaged. All right, get a nice layer. And I'm just going to start over here. I think I'm going to start just right at the edge there. There's a little bit of where the metal has kind of rolled. I'm going to start there. Okay. And we're just going to get this pressed down. And we want it to go into all of the texture that's on here, so we can highlight that, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping to do, at least. I don't know if I'll be able to or not, but I'm hoping I can sort of highlight it somehow. All right, just like that. Okay, so let's take our sander. I'm just going to grab my Celebration Company sander. Ooh, that sounds delicious, Wanda, except for, well, really just the brisket sounds good. I'm not a huge coleslaw fan. I really only like it on like a fish taco or on some kind of sandwich or roll up or something like that. I don't especially love it by itself. And if it's by itself, I really prefer it to be some kind of Asian slaw. This is not a huge coleslaw fan, unfortunately. I try. I really do try to like it, but I can eat it. But I would probably choose not to. So I am not going to fold this over. I'm just going to remove the excess. Okay. All right, so let's do the other side, and I think I can use the rest of this. And it's going to be hard to match it. I'm not going to match it. I'm just going to lay it on there, and I think it's going to be fine. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Oh, I'm glad, Teresa. I hope you love it. I enjoyed it. I also had it for lunch today. It was very good. Okay, I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to get a fresh, clean blade. So I'm going to turn this blade around so that I can cut this right up against. Okay. Having the fresh, clean, new blade, it just helps it to do a better job in cutting so that it doesn't tear the paper. There we go. Okay. So there's the front. Look how cute that is. Super cute, just like that. Now I just have to decide if I want to do, I printed more paper so that I can do the back as well. So I think I'm going to, because that's really cute. So I'm going to trim this. I'm going to trim the white edge off the long side. And off of one of the short sides as well. Okay, and then this is just going to go right in here. And I'm just going to go ahead, add some decoupage glue, and glue that down, and we'll trim the excess. Y'all, I didn't clean this or anything before I started. Looks like I should have, because there's a little bit of dirt on the inside. I am going to try and be careful, somewhat careful around that little lip. I have an HP, and I don't remember the specific model, but it's an HP that prints borderless. It's I'm really happy with it. I've loved every HP printer that I've had for the most part. But I mean, I could also say that I don't know what I'm missing out on either. So there's that. Okay. So let's stick this paper in here all the way to the bottom, and I'm scooching this over a bit so it can go all the way to the edge. I'm going to press it all the way up to that edge. Press it down. All right, I'm going to take my sharp knife, and I'm just going to go around and trim and remove the excess. And that's just going to give us this nice, pretty edge. Oopsie daisies, almost dropped it. See, like that? So we got that little pretty edge around the top. Okay, so now we just have to do the same thing over here to fill in that side. So, once again, I don't think that I am going to try and match it. I'm going to cut off the white edge on the top. And then I think I'm going, yes, Rita, it is our craft paper this month. I'm going to measure and see how much. I'm going to cut 4 inches. I'm going to cut this 4 inches wide. I just don't want to have too much excess paper. I don't know if it matters. I'm thinking for the inside, for the in here into the hole if I've got too much excess. That's going to be harder to deal with. So I think what I'm going to do, laying my paper in, and I'm going to make a mark right where that starts, right there. And then I'm just going to make a slit right there so that this can kind of come. Yeah, because I don't want to overlap too much because you're going to see it if I overlap too much. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut off that excess down there. So I just did that, okay? So we just cut that little slit so we can just fit it right in there. Okay, that's perfect. It's decoupage. We are doing a thrift store makeover today. This is a little door hanger, wall hanger piece. It's metal that I picked up at the thrift store. I don't remember how much it was. And we are decoupaging it with some mulberry paper and a design that came from this month's craft paper designs. Hey Lynn, thanks for joining. All right, so let's push this in here. All right. And just press that down. And I'm not worried too much about the inside because most of that is going to be hidden anyways. So if it's not perfect in there, not a big deal. Okay, let's take our sharp knife. There we go. All right. How cute is that already? That's so fun. Okay, so we're going to step it up a bit. Okay, take it up a notch. Hey, Debbie, I'm so glad you're here. We're going to take some decoupage glue and we are going to decoupage a coat over the entire thing. And I'm not doing this really well. Okay, I'm just getting a quick brush, a thin layer on to the mulberry paper. Because we're going to do a wash over this, and so then whatever did not get covered, that paint is going to seep into, and it's also going to show some of these details that we're wanting to show. Okay. Oh, that sounds great, Wanda. That'll be adorable. Okay, so let's try this. Got a bit of a shabby chic kind of a look going on with this beautiful floral. Okay, so just drying it till it's completely dry. Okay, now we're gonna do a wash on this. And typically I would do a raw umber wash, but I don't want it to look that aged. Okay, so we're gonna do fawn, I think, instead of raw umber. So a lot of the times, this is actually a technique I love to do with the mulberry paper and the craft paper designs. I'll cover something and then I'll do a quick layer of decoupage over top. And then I'll take the raw umber and I'll just completely cover it in a really quick, thick coat. And then I'll wipe off the excess. And it just gives it this distressed, aged sort of a look that I love. So we're doing the same thing with this. The difference is I just don't want it to be quite as distressed and dark. So we'll see how it turns out. But I am hoping that it will bring out a little bit of the details from that pressed tin below. Okay, so I'm going to grab some wipes and a different paintbrush. That would be cute, Angel. All right, so we're going to take some fawn. This is available on our website as well. Love this color. I'm putting a bunch on and I'm just going to do a quick where I'm just covering the whole thing. And then we're going to take a baby wipe and we're going to wipe it away. Okay, do another baby wipe. And you just keep going until it looks the way you want it to look. So you can kind of see how that's looking. Didn't quite do what I wanted it to do, especially not in the details of the press tin, but that's okay. It did get in around this top, which I like. You can see down there where I didn't decoupage, and that's where that mulberry paper just absorbs that paint. So you do have to be careful. Front did a little bit better than the back. But this is why you can see with the mulberry paper, when you do just like forget, or not forget, but you miss spots with the decoupage glue, what it does, see how it's kind of right in there, and you can kind of see up here, see that? Just makes it look so pretty. All right, so let's dry this. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of dry brush. I'm not sure if I'll like it or not, so I'm a little unsure about it. I could love it or I could not like it. But I'm thinking about, because I really want to highlight that detail, because I covered it up, I really want to highlight it. So I'm thinking about taking some white Let me grab a brush. Find which one I want. And I'm going to grab some warm white. Let's see what happens. No, Dana, he did not. He ate the broccoli and he ate the chicken. Lynn, search our page. You can go to our page and you can just search. It depends on how old it is. If it's really old, you'll probably be able to find it. If not, Facebook might have already deleted it. Let's see here. Let me find. Let me use this paper. This will work. You like it like it is? I'm going to take some white paint on a brush. I'm removing a lot of the paint. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to start lightly with it. And I'm just doing a little white dry brush across. And it is helping a little bit. Let's take a little more. The book. The ones I did last week, if that's the case, then they should still be on there. Facebook doesn't delete them for like a month or so, I think. And I just did that last week, I think. So you should still be able to find it. You can just, that one you could just scroll back. That is definitely helping. I don't know if y'all can see it or not. But I can see when I look at it here, that detail is finally starting to show up. I think I'm liking this. So like I said, it's hard to see on the camera. Oh, okay. They should be in the group. All of those should be in the group, Lynn. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm liking this, y'all. We're just being just real gentle with it. And it's just hitting those higher points. And it's just bringing out, and it's making it look really pretty and have this really pretty detail. You can tell a difference, Dana? Good. I never can tell if y'all can see in the camera or not. Because when I'm just sitting here looking at it, it's hard to see that there's anything. But I like this. You can still see the pattern and you can still see the worn, but you can see the detail now as well. So we'll do the same thing on the top part. So I'm just making sure to remove a lot of my paint. I don't want to have a lot of paint on my brush because we want it to be very subtle. And again, we're just going to do horizontal strokes. Just doing a little at a time. Just keep working on it until it looks the way you want it. I'll just add more paint as I need it. And it's very pretty. The edges would not turn out good. The edges would not turn out good. Wanda, I'm not sure what you're referring to. It's almost like, remember when you were a kid and in art class you would take something textured and then you lay a piece of paper over it and then you take a crayon and you go over it? That's like what this is doing. It's just catching that raised texture. Also just creating this really pretty sort of worn, distressed look. That's, I don't know, it's really pretty. Try to keep in the same direction. I think it's going to look best to do that. Just highlight the edges. I think I'm going to come back and I'm going to add something to the top here and around the edges as well. Just trying to get this to match the bottom. Y'all, how gorgeous is that? You can finally see that texture. Look at that. And you could not see it before. It just blended right in. You can finally see a little bit of that detail. Makes a big difference. Yeah, Tammy, so it's craft paper, and then I'm using just white paint. I first did the craft paper, and then we decoupaged over top of the craft paper. Then we did a wash of fawn, removed the excess, and now we're just doing a dry brush with the white paint. And this color that I'm using is warm white. That is, I'm so glad I decided to do the dry brush because it made a big difference. Big difference. How pretty is that? It did, didn't it? Okay, so now I'm loving it. We're going to take a bit of fawn and I'm going to use a pouncer. Okay, we'll take a little bit of fawn onto a sponge pouncer. And I'm going to take this on the top here just to bring this out a little bit more. I'm just going to sponge this right on the top of this little front piece. Just to add a little bit of detailing to that. And then I'm going to do the bottom as well. It already has a little bit going on with where we did that first wash of fawn. I'm just going to add a little bit more to it. All right, and then I'm just trying to decide if I want to do this edge, and I think I do. So I'm going to take the fawn and I'm just going to pounce this on this edge instead of leaving it that cream color. Okay. All right, y'all. And there it is. I just need to get the hole. I'm going to take my paper file here and just stick it right through the hole. And just make my hole. All right. So there it is. All finished. And tomorrow we're going to fill this. Okay, so tomorrow we've decoupaged it, we've transformed it. Tomorrow we're going to add some stuff inside it, okay, and make it really cute and ready for the door or the wall. But wasn't that fun? I love that technique. So this is a metal piece, and it's got that like embossed metal look about it. And so we covered it with mulberry paper. So I printed our craft paper design onto our mulberry paper, and then we decoupaged the mulberry paper all over this piece. After we decoupaged it, we just did another layer, a quick layer of decoupage glue, purposefully missing some spots. And then we took our fawn and did a wash over the entire thing with fawn. So covered it and then removed it with a baby wipe so that it left some of the fawn in some of the spots that we missed, just providing a little bit of a distressed kind of a look. And then we came back with some white and just did a dry brush, a really fine, light dry brushing all over it in order to bring out the details of the metal. And then added just a little bit of distressing with fawn around the edges. And that is it. And it turned out so beautiful. I love how it turned out. So pretty. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I will see you all tomorrow, and we'll add some stuff inside this and finish this thing up. Have a fabulous Thursday evening. I love you guys.